Counter-Narrative News wants to bring this short clip from Press TV, where it hosts former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, David Duke. Press TV is an arm of the state of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The reason why we're sharing this is several points. First is to state that the state of Iran, the Syrian state, Lebanese Hezbollah are closely aligned to and are comrades with David Duke and other neo-Nazis like Nick Griffin as well. Two, to argue that this is not correct or good or healthy on any framework pertaining to the rights of the oppressed in resistance against colonialism, neo-colonialism and white supremacy. Three, to identify that far-right infiltration and collaboration is a real and present problem and an immediate challenge and obstacle to developing the struggle of oppressed people for liberation and socialism. And four, to also share that Press TV London were in direct collaboration with David Duke and his close comrade David Icke, and also another figure called Ken O'Keefe, all of which were trying to develop their own TV platform supported by Press TV London. And this all points to the fact that this is a major and primary problem that has to be faced and cannot be ignored. And that the struggle of people against imperialism of any kind and capitalism and white supremacy cannot be conducted by allying with white nationalist leaderships. Now, there's another global white nationalist leader. I mean, Putin is one, but his closely associated with Putin is a man called Alexander Dugin, who also in recent years has become very close and really become a kind of political cultural leader of leading forces in Tehran and in Damascus and in Lebanese Hezbollah and in other places, but just looking at these places for a second. And what Alexander Dugin and Putin represent, their form of white nationalism, is a new global pole. You know, this great multipolar world we'll be looking forward to. Well, here's a new pole, and it's as toxic and racist in its politics and culture as Western imperialism is. And Alexander Dugin has become very close to the so-called resistance axis, and what he's doing in his alliance with leading NATO countries such as Erdogan in Turkey is bringing a agenda of a joint project. They have tensions, but there's a definitive joint project of Israel, Russia, NATO in the form of Turkey, and you can see that in the way Putin has facilitated the Western bombing formally of Syria with him, and then has accommodated two partitions, colonial partitions of Syria in recent years, by the Turkish state on the one hand and the US state on the other hand, both in northern Syria. So it's really important people are clear about this. Actually, we were ourselves approached by the project of David Duke and David Icke and Ken O'Keefe, and we made it very clear that we will not accept to be party to any project that includes white supremacists of this type. Actually, we are counter-opposed to it. Many thanks.
Welcoming Mr. David Duke. Hopefully, I do have you. You can hear me. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
All right, welcome. Welcome to the program. You have said that 9/11 is an inside job. What are the main points that you have found that have pointed to it being an inside job?
Well, I haven't used that exact terminology, inside job. Certainly a lot of people have said that. I have said that there's Israeli fingerprints all over the whole 9/11 aspect. We know the DEA actually had reports filed.